What's up, man?
Welcome to Guildford. Let's set your drums up.
Sweet. I'm down.
Do you want to get the right height on your stool? Got
Yeah.
The lovely giant step pedal with the clip already on it.
Well, for me, I gotta do the spikies.
So you've seen this colour, but this is the first time you've actually played this colour in your setup, right, Chris?
No, it's first time.
You haven't even seen this colour?
I've seen it, but it's first time playing it. Yes, you're right. You're right. First time playing it. I'm like.
So you got these super cool snare stands, which you just go like that.
Yeah, they're from space.
With also the adjustable foot, so you can get it exactly where you want it.
And we're making some updates to all the hardware soon. Oh, stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Well, this is all the top of the top of the sort of flagship hardware, isn't it? So all the stands, be it the hi-hat stand, boom stands, everything, you can move one of the legs, can't you?
Yep.
So you can.
Yeah, with the whole pivoting. I mean, because you have to have the perfect angle.
It's also getting the weight distribution when you've got two toms or a cymbal or something, so
yep,
they're pretty cool for that.
It comes in handy.
Flown in from Europe, right, to be here today?
Yes, we've been to Portugal, Portugal. Mannheim. What was the name of the other city?
Florence?
Yes. Neustadt. I'm working on my German. How you do? My name is Chris Coleman. I'm glad to be here with you in the UK.
Is that sort of the Arnold Schwarzenegger of?
Something like that. Kind of a hybrid, half breed. A lot of people, well, let me not say people, but drummers and anything. I get this question a lot, what's your setup and what goes into how you set your drums up. I'm like, man, this is where I live, this is where I work, this is where I do me comes out, so you have to know you have to know your sound, you have to know your feel, how things are, the logistics of everything, which is vital, it's super vital. You have to take time to make sure everything is cool, because if not, that affects your vibe on stage, affects the moment. And especially when you're working with artists, and I say this particularly when you're working with artists, it's not about you at all. So you have to be completely out of the way. So that's why I show up when the audio engineers show up. And I'm tuning my drums then. No one is on stage. I want to have the drums done, completely done. So when they walk in, because it takes, practically no time. Yeah, it's cool. We'll leave it there for now. It takes no time for the rest of the band to come together and, guitar players to plug in. Most of the time they already got their presets and all their digitals and whatnot. So the artist doesn't want to be waiting on you. And that's why I go early and make sure the drums are tuned. I have peace and quiet so I can get as many overtones balanced, about the kit as possible.
So when you're on tour with big artists, do you usually have a tech that sets them up and then you tweak them, or are you quite happy like you are today, just get stuck in and do it yourself?
I'm very hands-on. I'm very, very hands-on. It's like I've gotten to the point where, I'm so, if you want to say picky, most people are gonna say picky, but I say particular about things that I even put it in my rider, don't set the drums up. Just don't even tune them, just put the heads on finger tight. Why? Because there's a certain tuning that I usually use that most people over tune it and they stretch the head and it's dead for me. And I'm just like, thanks. Love you guys, but you know.
So talking about Chris's rider, you did send basically what, a 6-page PDF?
Mm-hmm.
So
actually, it's probably 9.
So it's got like how, even got diagrams how you want the gear set up on stage and everything. So obviously you've done it many times, so you get what you're happy to do and get what the feel for it. So
yeah,
that was quite funny to have that sent through before you even got here.
You know, people, oh, seat height and how do you such. For me, it's the bottom of my thigh rather. Kind of, I'm thinking
Nearly
parallel,
nearly flat.
Because here in this, the goal is to be able to move everything without moving your center, you know? And if I can have control, you know, starting here, you know, yeah, there's movement that comes along because it's the emotion and you're in the moment. But for this, the bulk of it, it's all here, you know? And if you're too high, then I can't do that. I start to do this. If you're too low, I'm doing this, you know, crunches, which I need to do. Get rid of my Buddha.
Get rid of last night's Nando's.
Yeah, last night. Nando's! Yes! We got, man, can we, maybe? I don't know. Yes, again.
As sponsored
Round
by.
2. Nando's, you gotta love it. As my friend would say, cheeky Nando's.
People don't necessarily realise as well, stool height affects how you play, your posture, but also your health. Obviously, if you get terrible posture, ankle problems and all the other delightful fun that comes with playing with drums. So
exactly. All of this is so important. And what I've realized over the years, which has really helped me out a lot, you know, most people want to set up like this, and really your center's here, you know. So everything is now shifting over, kind of like doing this for me now, you know, in the last couple of years. Oh my God, it's a big difference. I have less pains on my right side, you know, and I have less pains on my hip because those muscles over here are too tight, you know, and all like you, and I'm, you know, agreeing with you, and I'm adding to what you say when you say it affects your health. You know, it's a huge thing. It's a huge issue. So understanding that my center is actually here, and then everything else, you know, it shouldn't be, it starts here because then I'm overextended, you know, this type of thing. So everything is all relative, man. It's all relative. So
I'm assuming obviously an off-center thing is obviously the perfect angle for backing dancers on big stages as well. So it affects your health on all manners.
All manners.
Exactly.
That's why you gotta have your cymbals low, you know what I'm saying? So you can, hey, how you doing? Like, you like real pretty, so can you call me? Like, I have a mobile.
Is that one-handed playing and just a little bit of texting?
Oh yeah, I got that, man. I'm a Gemini. See, I'm June 7th. I can multitask because you got 2 people going on right now. You understand? So it works for me, man.
So you're fairly sort of synonymous with Sonor, but where did you start? What was your first kit? Obviously, you love your drums. Where did drumming start? You started at a very young age, didn't you?
Right, 2 years old. My first kit was a hybrid, man. A hybrid of Slingerland, Ludwig. I think the toms were, let's see. The toms were actually the bass drum, snare drum, and the tom were Slingerland. And my uncle gave me a Ludwig Perloid, the gray Perloid floor tom, but the kit was blue.
So
and I had a red.
Your first kit was a Jelly Bean kit.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Just the tom and the bass drum. I had another Slingerland snare, but it was red sparkle. So yeah, I had to get another one because they couldn't find the blue one to match. I don't know. They got it from the pawn shop. So that was my dad. You know, that was the vibe. It was like, look, you learn how to treat this right, and then we'll step up. You know, that type of thing. So I'm actually grateful for that path because I tell people all the time, you know, we started out, I had to makeshift, you know, like this casing here. Back in the day, you know, we didn't have boom stands, and Ludwig made a stand that had a same concept, same design, but it was just dated technology, where the housing was around the bar here, and it was high enough right above the entrance that if you took it and you bent it, you had a boom stand, because it would just sit there, but you couldn't move it because it would swivel. You couldn't lock it, you know, it wasn't locked. So I was like, dude, that was our boom stand.
So a bent straight stand was
Yes.
pioneering.
Pioneering. Yep. Ooh, Rob, get some.
So compared to this stuff, which is really chunky, awesomely sturdy, it's a different world.
Completely different world.
So how long have you been playing Sonor then?
Wow. Actually, on my own personal kit, 12 years now. Any chance I could get, you know, to play a Sonor, I would always ask, you know, I was whatever gig, whatever artist, do you guys have Sonor? No. Okay, well, I'll use whatever, you know. But every once in a while, they was like, yeah, we got this old, I don't care, just bring it. I was just like, I want to play Sonor drums. I'm so emotional. So I had moments, man. I was like, you know, I thought they was gonna admit me into the house.
So one super cool thing about this that not everyone knows, which I'm assuming you know, but this simple L rod, which looks really simple, you can put in the housing both ways. So when we set 3 up, which we've got today, if you want the 8 a little bit closer, you can swivel it over.
Exactly.
This is a great little. I'll stick it that way.
Yep, this way. Yeah.
Yeah, not everyone knows it. Not only is it ball joint, but it's length adjustable. So just another cool design feature.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, so about 12 years now, officially.
So do you own
exclusive.
lots of Sonor drums in your personal collection?
Yes.
Yes is the answer to that.
I feel the energy in the room because
Someone had already told me.
Thomas is over there. So, you know, come on, let's give a hand to Thomas. Sir Thomas is a great guy.
Thomas helped me deliver this lovely drum kit here today.
SQ1! So,
you don't want to see the pile of boxes we've got downstairs that goes with this drum kit. It's quite
a lot. It's a lot.
So what is in your personal collection?
Ooh. Well, let's start off with...
Have you got an SQ1 yet?
Not yet. I mean, they're like
you can't have
just
this
rolling
one.
Off the line. Well, maybe.
Wow.
You never know. Who says it?
Depends.
I won't buy it and then leave it here.
You can have your UK Guildford special. That's fine.
I'm down with that.
What's that?
Yeah.
Keep it at T's house.
Yep.
It's cheap storage.
So we'll work out a deal, you know, because you have to charge me storage, but then I have to charge you to use them. So maybe it just cancels itself out. How about that? Man, that's great business. I got good business, you know. It's Nando's. All right.
It'll cost him for heads though. That's the deal.
Yeah, that's the deal. I'm so picky. Like, you never know. You have situations on stage. The last thing you want to do is not have these.
This is a top
facing
tip.
you.
Yes.
You do this too.
Yeah.
God, I'm like,
it's very particular.
Something it's great hardware. It's sturdy. It does its job. But come on, we're human. This thing, I mean, after years of getting beat up and thrown around, 50,000 drummers have come through London to rent it and use it. Stuff wears out. It's just, that's life, you know. So sometimes it pops and I'm like, the last thing I want to do is, I feel for you.
Well, you'd
like,
have to stop texting the backing dance, obviously.
Yeah, it's like,
just go like that.
Yeah, it's like, so I'm like very picky about stuff like that. It just makes the flow a lot easier. So now, like, dude, my 12-inch is like almost all the way over.
This doesn't count on this drum because it has 2 badges. But if it only has 1 badge,
you're screwed.
No, front with the head.
You're screwed.
No?
You're screwed.
You don't have it facing forward and match the head.
This is why you want So, wait, guys, sorry, I got something in my throat. Sonar.com. I got something in my throat. Everybody cool? You got me in the back. Sonar.com. Sonar.com.
Or our website.
Yeah.
You can buy Sonor from us.
Yeah.
It's huge on the wall. Big blue shot. Also, very cool key.
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw this morning and went, oh, that's no good. It's only got the old-fashioned Sonor. But then you turn it over. It's like a double win.
And stay tuned because we're working on some, cool ideas. Sonor is we're in like a revamp stage right now, like a streamline, from top to bottom. I think everybody's in agreement. Like we're going to challenge every single aspect of what we do and become more efficient, and just simplify things. I think personally, I love social media. I love 2017. I love what's going on because this is a great day. It's a great time to be human and be involved. But at the same time, it's a lot of hype. It's a lot of froth, the cream stuff on top of your coffee. I just want coffee. That's really why you buy a coffee, is to get coffee, not for the froth. So I feel like, although it's a beautiful thing, we got all this but it's just a lot of white noise and people are getting lost. I can tell by the questions. People are asking questions and I'm like, I don't feel like any question is a dumb question because they just don't know. Sometimes they just don't know. Sometimes you get guys, they know and they just want to be smart. Okay, I can deal with that. But anyways, I want people to have a true experience, without all of the extra stuff. Just get it for the organic purpose. And then if you want to add this, that, then, but at least you know what you're adding to, what I'm saying? Or subtracting from. So I'm a big fan right now of what we're doing in Sonor as a company and as a family. Things are becoming more streamlined. We're simplifying things. I said it to say, we're making up some even cool ideas because in one key you have slot and hex, right? Well, most of the time, most people only order one. They're not going to order hex and, it's rare.
Unless they've got a super old school snare, which they're going to add to their new collection.
True, which is true. So we'll have these in addition to this type of situation. You have, a slot and this hex, or
a bass drum.
A hex and a hex. Yes, for the bass drum. So you'll have multiple situations. For situations, because it's always situations. The situations breed situations, because it's just multiple situations. Situations, because always situations. You agree? Okay, cool. You hear that? It sounds like some tribal stuff. I love it. I'm gonna tune them, so you'll know that it's not pre-rigged situations. It's organic. Okay, so we have the sound sustainer. The good old folks of Sonor in Bad Belleberg, Germany, got together with the great old folks of BMW down there. Them old high-tech, people who make them good cars and such, and things down there. They're not from Texas. Don't you worry about that. And they created this situation that really works. Like seriously, the sound sustainer is completely off the shell. I know you can't see, but I can actually see the camera right through there. So you only have 3 spots here going into the shell, but the screws and some of the parts are vulcanized, meaning like the rubber meshed with the metal. Some high-tech stuff that BMW does. That's why their cars ride the way they do. You understand? Like, you like driving down the road and you don't even realize you just went through Baghdad, like war zone, and you're just like, man, that was beautiful. It's comfortable. It's just the technology. So it's like a bunch of light graphite, high-tech. I love the way they say aluminum. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. We say aluminum, but when we say it's like
the wrong way.
Yeah, right, the wrong way.
The wrong way.
Aluminum, and that's how you feel. Like, yeah, I got some aluminum. Aluminum. It's like I got some aluminium. It makes you feel like majestic, right? So I have a bunch of aluminium. all this is important to me because I don't want to be thinking about this. If I'm in the moment on the drums, it's just that. I want to be in the moment, and I don't want to be thinking about practice. I don't want to be thinking about my setup. I don't want to be thinking about none other than being myself and being comfortable, going with the flow, creating a flow, and only worried about the sound, me and the sound.
So are you purposely angling your drums slightly?
Yeah, because
it's the same with your cymbals as well. You angle them.
Well, there's a science to that, you know. I'm not gonna do this all night, you know, 40 songs, 2-hour show, 5 times a week, you know, for 9 months, please. It's like, you know, you throw your arms out, all of that. So this is natural. The reason why I want to stay here and I don't want to be here is because this is all shoulders. Shoulders will burn out. Here, my back is supporting everything, so I can last longer. You know, I have more energy. I have more control. But it's the thing of everything has to be natural. You know, this is natural for me. So this is why this is here. And I don't do this. So that's why I don't have them angled that way. I play here. Why it's easier to do this than this. I did that one day. I was like, why do I want to? I'm like, I'm into martial arts and stuff too. So I felt like, hey! It was like, no, that's not. I don't want to hi my drums. I mean, I want to hi my drums, but not hi.
So you're not going for like the Nico McBrain, just
no
loads of toms around you.
No,
all at that angle.
And get this, for me, if that's what works for him, that's what works for him, and I'm happy about that. As a matter of fact, he's a cool guy. But for me, it doesn't work.
It's also a Sonor guy.
So he's
just saying. Just saying.
La Familia. I wish I had the creak things. Sorry. So they sound horrible right now. Oh yeah. You feeling that? I feel
perfect.
It. You gelling? I'm gelling. You gelling?
I could get your bass right now.
Yeah. A boom, 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 boom. Man, these drums are so musical, even if they're not like tuned. You understand? Like they still have like a vibe, even though it's kind of tribal. You know, that type of vibe. But that sounds like George the Jungle. George Jungle. Dude, that coffee has me buzzing. I wish I had the track so I could dance on time. That is a tempo, right? Something like that. It's not unusual. Woo! That's stellar, baby. We ready for the session. That's right, baby. Sonar's a bark at you.
Nearly set with toms.
Yep.
Obviously on the snare we've got two snares, main and auxiliary. You've actually got different heads on the top of those. Do you want to explain why we do that?
Yep. For me, I'm almost done. No, almost done with this. For me, the top head on the 14-inch ST Dry, my head of choice, it's 15 millimeters, which normally most supplies are 14. That's what is super tough dry with the vent holes. And I like a fat sound to send to tape. We can add all the other extra stuff, you know, but I want to send him a fat, him or her, a fat sound. I use a 300 gauge on the bottom to thicken the dynamic and the tone up. You're always gonna have overtones in a snare drum. It's just because of the tension, you know, the tension situation. So with having that, and then as my auxiliary snare or side snare, I have an EC2 on top. It's a 2-ply, but then I have the frosted, so it's a hybrid between a clear and a true coated, which I get the coated tone, but I get the openness of which I want that on that snare. I want the snares to contrast. So when I'm thinking sound, I'm thinking recording. So in the end, it's like you got this, they can add the reverb, they can add all of that, but then you got, you know, and you want those different, you know, those colors, you know. So that's kind of the purpose behind that. You know what? I like birch 14 inches, Tom 14, more than I do maple and beech. For some reason, I can get the pitch in the sweet spot, and it still sounds good. Like it doesn't sound like a basketball, or you don't have like these super weird overtones. Because with my beech, I can only go so far low before it's like straight ping pongy, you know, in the spectrum of what I'm trying to get. But the birch, man, birch tune up like super fast. But when I want a certain sound for, you know, other things, and I need beech that birch doesn't give me, you know. Birch is kind of like, it's like, you know, because of the scoop, you get that, ooh, you get that pitch sound when you hit them. Like, they sound really good, and they sound like they just keep going, you know, over the cliff. Beech is kind of like right in your face. They're all right there. And some records, those drums sound best, you know. You want the drums to kind of be out in front. Maple is just like straight up like.
This is now to your liking.
Yes.
We're now happy.
Yep.
These were new.
Were new.
Were new. A little bit beavered.
Beavered, I like that. Nice.
So we're going to move these drums because Chris is actually doing an event for us. So we're going to get to the venue and do that.
You should be here. You should come.
But some people are far away, so they're just gonna have to check you out.
You should be here. You should come.
True, you flew in.
I flew in.
So we're gonna have Sonor drums in stock now. These very drums, hopefully once you've not hit them too hard, you can buy, because we're going to sell this very kit. But check Chris's playing out. We'll put the links below. I'm assuming your Facebook or Instagram or whatever we'll stick it in. Chris is a bit of a savage player, and we're very lucky to have him. So we're gonna go and bash these drums now. Now they're perfectly in tune.
Yep.
Let's bash them.
Bash them.
So we'll see you soon.
See you for the bashing. SQ1 Sonar.com. 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 It's a subliminal message. So when you wake up in the morning, you will have to go to Sonar.com.
After you've listened to Tom Jones on your alarm.
Yes, after you've listened to Tom Jones.